presentation. We are Team Haworth. And before we get started with our presentation, I'd like to introduce you to our team members. So we have Kayla, who helped create the presentation and is going to explain the app design. Genesis, who also helped create the presentation and will be explaining the driving question. Myself, DJ, who along with Noah will be explaining our solution. And then we have Angel, who is going to help describe what we learned about Haworth and its values and how it connects to our solution. And then our two leaders, Mr. Vartanian and Mr. Wilkinson, who helped us along with our process in finding our solution for Haworth. I'd now like to pass it over to Angel to explain what we learned about Haworth.
Yeah, so Haworth is an international high-end and family-owned furniture crafting business. This company is very goal-oriented and wants to get better at communication, less errors that occur, better workspaces, etc., but not at the expense of the worker, or as they're called, members. As we have seen how Haworth cares about its members and keeping a healthy relationship with them, Haworth wants to continue these relations with its members by improving workspaces, friendly encounters with its members, and so much more. Haworth values good work ethic, but knows that comes from workers who are happy to be there. It leads with intelligent design, creates equal value, and hopefully make the world a little better, especially in these difficult and challenging times. And with this important piece of information, this is how this connects to our solution, which is how do we have better communication between Haworth and its members.
So while we were working on this project, a quote we kind of kept in mind was, "There's not a single thing we are doing that we can't do better." So while Haworth does already have a pretty good system in place, we wanted to improve upon what they have and are working on and use that in our solution, which you will see soon.
And with every solution comes a driving question. And ours is we want to create a system for successful communication when dealing with issues with products that are sent out by Hayworth and correcting those issues efficiently as fast as we can. And to break it down just a little bit, how can we utilize better communication in regards to problems with products? Now I pass it to Genesis.
Okay, so yes, so to break down the driving question a little bit more, it is a disconnect of communication between the members and the customers. This disconnect of communication makes it so that the customers don't care, the members don't care as much about the product. This allows more mistakes to happen. Our goal is to connect the people on the field to the customers. 6,731 is the Haworth complaint budget for 2021. So our thought process and journey to our solution. Our first step was to draw out how the company communicates the problem. Once we found out what we were working with, we started brainstorming ideas. We categorized ideas from foods, rewards, free things, more vacation, and etc. And we came up with our final solution, which is our app. We want this app to be both enjoyable to employees and to customers. So we did some research by asking some of our friends and peers what their favorite apps and their favorite feature about the app were, so we can implement these features onto our app. After this, we began our final presentation, making props, examples, how the app would look like. And a little picture down there is from us in one of our team meetings. And now I'm going to pass it on to Noah.
So we do have our big solution, but these are just little solutions that can help along the way. So those these solutions are little meetings and rewards can greatly impact our members. Case in point, having meetings at least once a week with a group can help increase awareness about fixing complaints. Just like the quality manager in Mississippi, Amy Hillhouse, whom we contacted during our brainstorming of our solution, as well as in a certain time period, if the complaints are under the budget, there would be rewards, just like parties, food, maybe some time off, just anything, etc. Now I pass it off to DJ.
So the biggest part of our solution is focusing on the app. And we really want to make sure that the app is accessible, interactive, and rewarding. And we want to do this through including features such as chatting and Haworth News. We also want to make sure that members are able to have more personal connections, that they can connect the app to the website that's already in use, and that we explore including multiple languages on the apps. Allowing Haworth members to make personal connections while working on the app will promote teamwork, collaboration, and introduce one of the many appeals that will draw members to check on the app on a daily basis. Things like a profile will allow members to get to know each other, and they can list their strengths, abilities, and positions, which can be referenced when people are looking for help. We also use something such as a story to share out information quickly. Incorporating a way for Haworth members to message each other quickly through chat features will allow for quicker communication, collaboration, and more connections. Instant chats would allow members to work faster and get into contact with each other more efficiently, and that will allow for more opportunities and willingness to work together, especially during a time when in-person communication isn't always an option due to COVID-19. Putting Haworth news in one fast, easy place to access will allow members to be up to date, feel more in the know, and ensure that they know what's going on in their company and can use that information correctly. While an app will be a great tool to use, it's important to utilize the tools that Haworth already has. This is why we suggest connecting the app to the link website members already use and make sure that both the app and the website are interchangeably accessed and used by Haworth members. While considering an app for a large company such as Haworth, it's important to consider the diversity of its members. This is why Haworth should explore adding more than one language option to the app to ensure that communication of errors can be completed efficiently and not have the risk of being lost in translation. I would now like to pass it on to Kayla, who is going to go more in depth on our ideas and visions for the app.
Hello, I will be explaining the app design, so this is only a visual. I took designs and features from other apps, and I think this will help Mark Bachman, who told us that there is already an internal app in construction. So for the sign-in screen, I said members will be able to receive a username and password. This can help ensure safety that random people won't join in and mess around in the internal app. A team member can monitor what goes on in the app, so nothing can go wrong in it. But I only said for the feed so that there can also be privacy between members. And ex-Haworth members will no longer be on the app unless they are customers. And for the customer screen, they don't have much they can do since this is much more of an internal app, but they are able to file complaints. They would have to fill out a long form explaining like what's wrong. This helps cut out the dealership like when there is a complaint. And this helps with less miscommunication about a problem. And for the catalog, they can either have it built in the app or have a link to the main website. But they would still have to go to the dealer to buy it. And for messaging, they can ask members for help and advice, which creates more personal connection between customers and employees. They can log in as a guest. Yes, some people can mess around in the app, but there will be a monitor team. For the profile, as you can see, there's name, plant, location, profile picture, and bio. This can just give like mini summaries of workers that are in Haworth. This can help also with easy communication. As DJ said, it's hard to be talking online, so we have email and direct messaging, which can help communicate professionally and just for fun. And the rest of the post can just see life outside of work. And on the home page, I made it as easy to navigate as possible. So on the top, there is story and settings. Stories will just be daily life, and settings can have like different languages and a help center. And then for the feed, I will have events, news, and posts just posted on there. For notifications, there can be complaints, purchases, messages, comments, and calendar events. So for the calendar, everyone will have their own calendar. They'll be able to plan meetings, save events, and just plan whatever. This makes it more efficient and faster since it's on phone. I will pass it to Angel.
Technology can make communication easier, faster, and more efficient, but it also can provide better customer service, plus track conversations. Thanks for listening. Any questions?